We got ourselves another solo leveling video. This is episode 5. This is crazy. This is crazy. This is a crazy solo leveling to episode 5. What does that title mean? I don't know. We're just doing YouTube stuff. Let's go.
Warning, heavy spoilers for Solo Leveling Season 2, Episode 5, you have been warned. Mate,
Let's go.
This episode made me mad. I couldn't believe Solo Leveling did this again, ending it on a cliffhanger. How
Are we surprised at this point, though? Like, bro. Like, the cliffhanger is going to happen every episode, and we're going to be mad, and we're going to eat and shut up.
How could you do that? What I liked about episode 2 was that it left me feeling satisfied, but ending it on that cliffhanger, oh my gosh guys. The episode was brilliant, but mate, I need more Solo Leveling. Before the episode really kicks in, we have the opening playing before the episode starts. I think that's the first time Solo Leveling has played the opening before the main episode plays.
Apothecary Diaries does this shit every episode. Like, without a doubt, they will always play that opening. And some people say when you play an opening in the beginning of an episode right away, that it means that it's going to be a really hype episode. I disagree. I think that if they skip the opening entirely and the episode just starts with credits rolling, that's when you know that the episode's going to be insane.
Is indicating that things are going to go down in this episode. We cut to Sung Jin-woo meeting the dancer for the first time. She tells Sung Jin-woo to get out of this area in order not to agitate the boss. Mate, when she said that, I laughed. Ha, no way this demon boss is going to strike fear into Sung Jin-woo's heart.
She's a nice girl. She's just trying to be kind, because we're like an E-rank minor on paper.
But even if that boss was agitated, Sung Jin-woo would easily take it out. Like he has always done in the past, she starts.
He needs to take her out, bro. But he's not really showing any romantic interest towards her. If anything, it's just like, huh, what are you snelling me for? You're kind of weird. So I don't know. I feel like, I don't know. I didn't expect Jin-woo to start simping. Right? I didn't expect him to start simping, but, you know, it's just, he's not necessarily playing hard to get just yet, but she's already stalking him. She's like sniffing him. She's like smelling him. And then she's now doing background report and trying to study him. And I'm like, where are they going with this?
Sniffing him up completely startles Sung Jin-woo. Not a lot of things surprises this man, but her doing this thing caught him off guard. I like how she's smelling him and then she says he doesn't stink. And then all of a sudden the picture starts to glow a little bit. It's almost like she's in a trance for a few seconds. Sung Jin-woo
she's high.
Absolutely be going hard with that A.
Now, did Axe actually do this though? Is this real or is it fake? Did the official Axe account really play into the solo leveling? It did, huh? Wow, now that's great marketing. They got some weebs over there. I didn't think that a corporate, you know, brand like Axe would be able to be in tune with the anime community and play into the solo leveling memes, but it's looking like, you know, the social media account, they got a zoomer going, you know, they got a young kid, you know, managing the social media account, and they enjoy solo leveling.
EXE deodorant spray. Jin-woo walks out with all the other workers and they talk about the dancer and how much she doesn't like being around the hunters. At first I thought, wow.
Him playing the clip in reverse speed, it's fast in reverse speed to avoid copyright claims is funny. I don't know. Look at them walking.
Out the dancer and how much she doesn't like being around the hunters. At first I thought, wow, she is so rude. What a stuck-up cow. Probably like one of those mean girls from high school. But I guess I was wrong. Because she's quite sensitive to their smell, it appears that all these dudes assume that she has some sort of condition that heightens her senses, which I thought was the case, but he flashes back to episode 2 when the ice elf boss told him something similar of that fact. Jin-woo assumes that it's because he's the player and has this special system, which in my opinion,
I don't think that it's necessarily wrong to say that she has a very unique condition that has to do with smell. Obviously, this is not body odor, right? But rather a different trace, whether it be mana, aura, whatever is coming out of the hunter, right? And how it differentiates each other. Because Jin-woo is a player, not a random hunter. And Baraka, you know, says that the voices don't tell me to kill you. So he's obviously categorized different. That's why I want Chahae-in to smell our dad too, because dad, is he a monster? Because the meter readings, right, that's supposed to represent how strong a gate is by measuring the, I don't know, the aura, the power, the you know, whatever is tracked by the monsters. It was picking up him. So like, I want her to smell that, but you know, we just barely met. We can't be having her, you know. What? Gonna make her start meeting the parents already?
Opinion makes him not quite human from the rest. I do feel like whenever the dancer walks past everyone else, she's just smelling another regular hunter human, but Jinwoo was pretty much brought back to life in episode 2. So maybe, just a theory, Jinwoo is no longer 100% human. Jinwoo agrees with the main boss man to come back for one more day. This entire scene has absolutely beautiful background designs. Just
It
the way
does.
the sky is painted and the color choice. It's honestly reminded me of the background designs from season 1 of AOT.
Yeah, the background art, right? The sky, the sunset lighting, it looks great.
I think love is in the air as the dancer can't get Jinwoo out of her head, as she just can't understand why.
Grippers, and that's right, love is in the air when you start stalking somebody that you just met. Give me a background report study of everything about this guy I just met and sniffed immediately. She's a walking red flag.
Jinwoo smelled so good. To try and obtain as much detail from this dude as possible. Damn son, looking at the state of her apartment, the
She's rich as fuck. This is like penthouse. Fucking, her rent is probably like $20,000 per month, bro. No, rent? She owns the place. S rank hunter though. Remember, even a C rank hunter earns like the same salary of like a doctor. Like, just think about that. A C rank lives pretty much upper middle class as like a doctor. That's C. This is not B. This is not A. This is S. Bro, she is loaded.
S rankers really do get paid quite a bit. I love this one frame of the dancer standing right in the middle looking down on the city. One character from a previous episode talked about how the hunters are pretty much the bread and butter of their country, and without them the society would collapse, and with her being one of the top S rankers, without her and her fellow teammates the country would be doomed. But I do like how despite this scene being quite clear, you do have the stairs reflecting in the glass, and she is literally placed at the bottom of those stairs, symbolizing that even though she is at the top of the world of the Hunters Association, they still have many steps to take in order to learn the truth and figure out ways to completely stop the portals and all these creatures from entering their world.
Is the curtains blue because it symbolizes the sadness and the let him cook. Let him cook. What if he's onto something? You know, there's levels in S rank. We know that it's immeasurable. We even just talked about how Jinwoo's gonna be scaling so much harder that him relative to everyone else, it's gonna be not even funny, right? So like, let him cook, man. This is some English comprehension shit, man. Yeah, he's an English teacher.
World. This next scene is quite heartwarming. Sung Jinwoo greets his fellow workmates, and he feels kind of welcome in this group compared to his previous encounters with the other groups, even though this dude is so focused.
I'm surprised that he didn't talk about the other part, where maybe you could do a little bit. Let me get my English teacher persona on too. There's an interesting dichotomy here, because not only do you see the stairs, it also shows her looking down on the masses on the penthouse floor. Clearly, these are giant buildings, flashy lights, yet she stands above them all because she's S rank, because she's top of the top. And despite her being in this top position looking down on the masses, a stairway exists to portray that there's levels in this, man. You like that? Yeah, I can do that.
Workmates, and he feels kind of welcome in this group compared to his previous encounters with the other groups, even though this dude is so focused on getting stronger and stronger to obtain all the ingredients for the elixir of life. He still hasn't forgotten about all the good people he's met along the way. I do like the way
all the good and the shitty. Rest in peace, Juhi. Whatever you're doing right now, hope you're enjoying retirement.
Even though he's an E ranker, no one
like
is
this guy
down on him. Showing
fuck this guy though.
us that not everyone is like Hunter Kim and Dongsu's bro, who misjudged him and ended up regretting it. Even when some
Well, I would argue that they're treating him well because he is outputting the work of like 20 men. If he, like, I don't think that these people are so kind that they're just simply treating him well just because he's E rank. Because if he was a shitty worker, I doubt it. This is completely meritocracy.
Some of the men reacted the way they did when Jinwoo agreed to be their bag boy to assist Captain Kihon. I think they reacted that way because they were concerned for the dude, which
yeah, they're concerned for the dude, not because they care about his life, but the fact that he is such a good worker and that it could impact their bottom line. Maybe I'm being a very mean and cruel person, but I think this is the most realistic and logical conclusion. They don't know each other. You really think that these people would give a fuck about Jinwoo if he wouldn't, be able to output the work of 20 fucking men? He's clearly carrying the party. They were even making comments that, oh man, because of Jinwoo, we were clearing this dungeon so hard that we can have extra rest time before we go to the next job. This is great. So obviously, when things are going great and you're, positively, impacted, they're gonna care about you way more.
My opinion was quite nice. I think this might be one of my more favorite captains of the Solo Leveling anime series.
And this guy's great though, I like him. Ki-hoon is great.
Not only does he not belittle an E-ranker like Jinwoo, this dude does not put himself on a pedestal like that.
Yeah, and he honestly respected the fact that Jinwoo was E-rank and he decided to step up, right? He wasn't about to be like, you're not fit up for this, but I think he respected the bravery that an E-rank would risk his life to go into an A-rank dungeon.
The previous captains did, acknowledging that even though he is an A-ranker, he is not as strong as a guildmaster or...
Okay, the moonwalking is so funny. Everyone just walking backwards. Something about this is hilarious.
Vice Guildmaster. The dude is quite humble, which is good to see in a series like this, filled with people who are not quite as humble as Captain.
Yeah, he's like the opposite of Kim Chor.
I also love how his entire team are
aura
absolutely
farming,
ready to fight, no hesitation, surprising Jinwoo in the process. I think this guy has just been so used to being a...
This girl, bro, yes, I see your fit. This girl was the biggest aura farmer of this group.
This guy has just been so used to being around people running away in fear or abandoning their comrades that seeing a group work together as a team as well as they do.
That's right. Finally, we have a legit party of a lot of A ranks and a couple B ranks, right? Everyone before was a bunch of shitty C ranks, a bunch of D ranks. All of them were out for their own survival. There's no teamwork or cohesion. There were a bunch of fucking rats, bro. But this is a party of grown-ass men and adults, right? They're definitely way more competent. They got their shit together. Again, you're comparing a group of adults with a bunch of fucking middle school kids.
It's a shock to not only him, but me as well. I mean, in a couple of seconds, the entire team were able to take out all the dungeon jackals. I honestly felt a bit bad for the dungeon jackals. They all had collars on, and they don't belong in an A-rank dungeon as they belong in C-rank dungeons.
That part was pretty interesting. The fact that they have collars on. What does that mean? That they're domesticated? What? Who would do that? The orcs. And it truly shows their high intelligence.
It's sad that they are somewhat enslaved by the boss. As soon as the team questioned why the dungeon jackals were in the A-rank dungeon, I had a strong feeling things were going to go from great to terrible. And I was right when an army of high orcs just came and confronted the team. This would have completely terrified Jinwoo and his original teammates back in episode 1 because, mate, these demons look like they have just come from the underworld. But I do like their designs, the patterns that go around their bodies. They all have unique faces.
They look great, man. I love that they even have cool hairstyle. Holy shit. This guy looks like that one dude from fucking JoJo's, man. They all usually, these kind of monsters, they might all just be varying heights and weights and sizes, but they all might have the same faces and it's just kind of boring. Every one of them, right? They definitely have, even their body tattoos, right? Their patterns. It's all quite different. It really is cool when the author goes out of their way to add extra effort into these monsters, which may not be the most important at the end of the day, but still, right? It just hypes them up. They got cool hair.
Not all of them are copied and pasted, which shows the amazing attention to detail that A1 Pictures are masters at. The team do everything in their powers to make sure that all the orcs get defeated. I like how this entire team are very different when it comes to their unique abilities, yet it also feels like these guys know each other so well and understand how to synchronize with one another. I was more impressed with the girl who was kicking and punching the orcs. No weapon in sight. Very impressive. When the orc attacked her, I was like, oh no, that attack looked quite painful. But mate, I was so shocked by this.
The healing, the regrowth of the limb.
One healer's abilities. The way she regenerated this dude's arm. I think she should be in an S-class rank because I've never seen anyone do something like that.
That's just fucking crazy, man. Juhi could never.
It's honestly pretty damn impressive. But guess my theory was wrong. This isn't the same girl from episode 2. I did feel sad that she seemed to accept her fate when this deadly orc confronted her. But our goat Sung Jin-woo comes in to save the day.
I'd say that a bit of respect for the girls to not start panicking and start crying and shrieking and start shitting our pants, but rather was all right, this is the way I go. To Valhalla I go.
The way they animated the orc getting obliterated by Jinwoo, you don't...
Yeah, it was pretty... the way that they, the sound, you could hear, the head being pulled out of the body. and you could see, you know, the outlines of the spines, right? So basically, Jinmu uses ruler's hand to just crush that guy's head and pull that shit out of the fucking socket, and you could see the spine come out and just, oh, it's all wriggly.
Actually see the orc up front, but some of the subtle visuals that looked incredibly
Ooh,
unnerving, the use of colors and the sound effects, freaked me out way more than if we had just seen the orc being a
yeah, the sound though, again, right? The audio visual cues to know that you don't see the entire thing, but you get enough cues and the sound really seals the deal.
obliterated. In full view, Jinwoo's new supersonic abilities seems to allow him to attack these orcs at a fast rate, or
I don't think this is new. This is just simply him using stealth, right? Stealth and just moving really fast, right? All the skills that he's using, I think, are the same stuff. It just leveled up more. Like, I think this is probably dash with stealth. Like, he's just going around, just cutting people's, you know, ankles and mobility so that the rest of the party can just get the kills.
or is he slowing down time? I'm not too sure. Whatever the case, the action sequence of him attacking the orcs looks absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, the after images, he just T-posing right there. The after images, the illusions, right? This is pretty cool.
Orcs looks absolutely fantastic. Dude looks so graceful yet so deadly. He's like Angelina Ballerina
That's a good one, actually. It just looked like that.
meets John Wick. And honestly, not just him, but the entire team were all standing on business. Not one of them feared the danger. I
That's right. True A-rank party, man.
was so impressed and I was really enjoying these scenes. Without a doubt, this is my favorite team. Not just because
Yeah, this guy, he had the best scene of the episode. It was not Sung Jin-woo, bro. This scene was very SAO-esque because, again, the team that worked on this episode was from Ordinal Scale.
of their strength, but because they trust in one another to get the job done. Some of these action sequences reminded me of Sword Art Online when the
Yes.
animation went crazy. Of course,
Exactly, because, again, that team is working on it for A1 Pictures right now. This girl, I think, is the most important, though, out of all the different members of the party. Because she was one of the few magicians. There's multiple mages, yet she was the only one that could tell that Jinmu was using stealth, right? And clearly she was also shown in season 1 as well, interacting with Chae-in. So this girl, what are they doing with her? I guess she will be that one person that comes out of the dungeon after this arc and, you know, has some hunches, some suspicions that Jinmu, this guy, is different.
of course, it was the Harry Potter looking girl who knew that Jinwoo was the one who used stealth against the orcs. Any anime characters with glasses are always one step ahead of everyone.
Yeah.
Despite the team being victorious, it was all a trap. A new barrier has trapped the team inside the dungeon, placed a curse on it, and
I, again, liked how this party was so mature enough to be like, yeah, we should get out. There's no way we can do this. We should get out. I thought that maybe due to some greed that some people would be like, nah, one more round, let's keep it. But nah, they were like mature enough to be like, this is way beyond us. Let's just go home. That's right, good leader. But then we don't get the content though, right? We don't get the content if they go out. So thank you, orcs, for, you know, using magic to curse that gate.
a new army of orcs come to confront them. At this moment, I was like, oh boy, these guys are not gonna make it out alive. The captain, being the go-to leader he is, agrees to go with the orcs, and I absolutely love how wholesome this entire team are. They allow Jinwoo
Yeah.
to escape and to notify the main higher-ups. They're willing to die there in order to keep the gate
So different, again, the parallels of the party that we had in episode 1, right? Because before we went into this, we did look at the mining team and get reminded of the, you know, the party that we went to the double dungeon with, but complete opposite. Rather than backstabbing and sacrificing each other, this is the one where it's just like, you go out, bro, you survive.
closed, all in order to protect humanity. You love to see it, dude. And I do love the complete sharp contrast from the earlier episodes when Jinwoo's team abandoned him, but this
That's right, clearly a callback to that scene, right?
team have done the exact opposite and are in some way protecting Jinwoo and are sacrificing themselves. The episode pretty much ends with the gang entering the main throne room.
And that's why I believe Jinwoo will not let anyone here die. I don't know how much he's going to wait until he steps in next episode, but he has such a positive impression from them that I highly doubt he's going to let any of them die next episode. But if you really think optimally, letting them die and using Arise on them and adding A ranks to our army, bro, I'm just saying, just think about it for a little bit.
Room of the boss. The CGI throne room panning looked incredibly cinematic, and it ends with them finally meeting the boss. I feel like a big battle is about to happen in episode 6. As just like with season 1, there was an intense, dramatic episode with a lot of action.
Episode
Maybe
6.
this season will follow the same tradition. But overall, great episode. But I hate the cliffhanger. Very annoying, very frustrating. Ah! Why do this to me, A1 Pictures?
to get you more hyped up for the next episode. How could they not done a cliffhanger here, right? There's no good way to kind of end the episode. As much as a lot of people hate cliffhangers, I think that it's sometimes I don't want to say necessary, but like it's really makes you look forward to the next week, right? You want it right now, but listen, if you always had what you wanted immediately, things would become very stale and boring. The fact that you have something, really good to look forward to, that's half the enjoyment, man. So throughout the next week, as we count down the days to solo leveling, you know that a good episode is coming, and that honestly gives you a little bit more something to look forward to each and every day.
To me through this torment of waiting 1 week. Oh well, hopefully it will be great. I'll give this episode a 9 out of 10. I can't give it a perfect 10 because, annoying cliffhangers that I hate. Stay tuned as I'll be doing my theories for next episode in a couple of days. But so many comments.
I'm down to look at those PV theories, man. Enjoy this guy's channel a lot. And yeah, this is a great episode and I loved it. I can't wait to see exactly what Jinwoo will do. And it's pretty obvious that he's going to save everyone at the very last one. I'm just wondering, when is he gonna step in? Because he can't let them die, right? Here's a link to a Boydude reviews channel. Boom, 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 boom. Click the link, give him a like. I'll see you guys next time.